welcome in, welcome in. I just decided to jump back live again because I have about 4 or 5 seconds for living. I gotta go. I could go live for, I got, ooh, I got less than an hour. I got less than an hour. But I wanted to make sure that I came back out here because this is going to be a really busy weekend for me. So I wanted to be able to jump on here. Oh, you know what? Let me get this link out. Oh man. All right. Let me get this link. Oh, I gotta grab the link from the thing there first. I'm just in a really good mood today. I feel like, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I feel like on the other side of our discomfort is freedom. Hey, people are coming in. Oops, I don't have my captions up. Uh-oh. Give me 1 second. I got to get the captions up. I got to get, you know what? Let me get the link out first. Let me get this link. Let me get the link. The link. All right. 4 or 5 seconds from Wildin. I can't really talk about what's happening this weekend. I can't really talk about it, but I'm going to be opening up the phone lines again. Bum, 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 bum. How many of you all know that I played an instrument? I am a musician, or at least I was a musician. Okay, I got the link. I got the link. I got the link. Let me get the link out. All right, send. Send. All right, so that is gone. Let me get the captions up. Let me start. Okay, perfect. I just decided to just come live. I wasn't really prepared, but this is among some of the things I have to do to prepare. Did we go live on the other platforms in the last show? I don't think we went live on the other platforms. Yeah, I don't think we went live on the other platforms. We don't need to go. We don't need to go live. Let me get this. Let me get all of these windows. I don't know about you all, but I be having mad windows open. All right, the link just went out. Perfect. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. No, we're not talking about Ayanla yet because I don't even have enough time to really jump in to that whole boondoggle. I wonder if I'll have enough time early tomorrow. No, we're just coming back in. The link just went out. I got to send the link to the people on Telegram. I don't think we went live on the other platforms earlier. I think we just came live and just started talking. I don't even know if we should go live on the other platforms now. Maybe we should. Maybe we should. Maybe we should. I don't think we did though. I don't think we did. I think wait, did we or did we not? I don't even know. I don't know because I don't remember checking. All right, give me 1 second. I need to grab this thing for my phone to connect. Oh my gracious, gracious goodness me, oh my. All right, let's get this connected. How is everybody doing? Sepang says, Tonya, I tried looking for someone spiritual here in South Africa. They just ain't doing the work. That's not true because I have South African women who are fans of my show. I mean, South Africa is a big place, so don't be like these passport bros, okay? Don't be like these passport bros. South Africa is a big place. What have you done to find anybody spiritual? Are you going to spiritual retreats? Are you going to yoga class? Call me, Sepeng, because you have WhatsApp, don't you? Call me. I'm about to open up the phone lines. I'm about to open up the phone lines now. So let me get this. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, Sepeng, why don't you call after all this time? I don't think you've ever called. And now is a good a time as any, isn't it? Yep. Let's go ahead and get live on these other platforms. Let's get live. I don't remember doing this in the last show. A, 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 A. All right, we're live on Twitch, we're live on Twitter, we're live on Facebook, we're live on LinkedIn, and of course, we are live on YouTube. And today we don't have no topic. We just shooting from the hip. We about to get WhatsApp popping so that my South African brother can call in because he has his eyes and mind set on your girl. And so he's trying to act like no other woman will do when there are women right there close to him that he can hit up. All right, perfect. The WhatsApp is open. So Sepang, go ahead and call. Sepang, do you talk, do you speak the language that has the clicks in it? Like do you? I don't know if everybody in South Africa speaks that or only certain people, but let me know because all right. I don't want to sound ignorant, but there's certain things, people don't know. All right, so call. Phone lines are open, 323-488-3149. Ain't no topic. I'm just being generous today and just opening the floors. Oh, the phone is ringing. I ain't even got the earpiece in yet. Hold on, I'm getting the earpiece in. Give me 1 second. I got to get the earpiece in. All right. Oh my, I'm trying. I'm in loud, me ras. Oh, my ear, trying to get it. Oh, hold on. Oh my goodness. All right. You're on the ear. Oh, my ear. You're on the ear live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling from? It's falling out again. I feel like an elf. I make Keebler cookies. Hold on. I'm making Keebler cookies right now. Hold on. I gotta get this thing from behind my ear. Okay, perfect. You're on the ear live with Tonya. What's your name? Where are you calling from? I got you now. Hello? All of that? Oh, you okay? You're on the ear. I hear you. You're on the ear live with Tonya. What's your name? Where you calling from? Can you hear me? Oh, I don't think she could hear me.
One for the parents, and I know y'all are going to be in an up.
Oh,
I have another one for the parents, and I know y'all are going to.
This thing is playing.
I have another one for the parents.
All right. I know how to get rid of that. Just close the window. It's like unbelievable. I don't know what happened. It got messed up. I was making Keebler cookies. And then the oven, I don't know what happened. All right. Listen. It did look like I was making Keebler cookies. I did. All right. Sunny says, why are you hiding your fly hairstyle? I have on a hat because I choose to. Why are you hiding your face? Let me put the Zoom on so you can come and talk. Oh, that was so New York. That was too hard for me. All right, so we don't have a topic today. I'm just in a really good mood. Life is lifing, and I feel like the clouds are parting and rainbows are, blue skies are going to something. Put on a happy face. All right. So I don't know what happened with that last caller. It's so interesting because it was like she was on hold for the longest, but then it just cut off. Let me see if it was my end. Oh, my cheekbones could slice a mother effer. Oh, kitten sandwells, bussy to be off. All right, let's see. Let's see. Oh, she's not answering. I don't know what happened, but this is the phone number 323-488-3149. That's the number. Hello.
Hi, who is this?
That's how you answer the phone? My goodness. This Tonya, you're in the air. You couldn't hear me before or something. I don't know.
Okay, I'm not prepared for this. What kind of show is this?
Oh. You just won a bouquet of flowers if you can name the trivia. Listen, I'm calling back a number that called me. You have a roommate or daughter or mother or somebody?
No,
You're there alone?
no.
We can see you, you know. No, but for real, a number called me. I'm just calling back the number. This is you called me. You don't remember calling me?
So
Uh-oh.
what's the purpose for the live?
Well, I'm Tonya TKO. I'm a self-love specialist from TonyaTKO.com. I hope you learn how to love yourselves and one another. On this show, we use viral topics as teachable moments for what self-love looks like in your life. What is your name and where are you?
I'm not prepared for this. Sorry.
You're not prepared? Oh, that's fine. That's fine. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name? What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Tonya. This is Lakita, and I'm calling you from Tampa, Florida.
Hey, Lakita, I just saw a travel warning that's telling black people not to come to Florida.
You know what? I don't blame them.
You
It's
know,
crazy here.
the last
It's
time I
crazy.
was in Florida, I heard a news report, right, about a man. Listen, I heard a news report about a man who I don't know if he was homeless or just a neighborhood guy, but he was always playing frisbee in the park. And the frisbee would fly into the water and he would run out to the water and get the frisbee. And people in Florida was like,
Uh-oh.
well, that's not a good
Mm-mm.
idea, right? So you from Florida, so
No,
you
yeah.
know. All right.
The
So
Gators.
then, so then he went missing. No one saw him in the park. And
Mm,
then pieces of him began to float up.
mm, mm, mm. The
Listen,
Gators got a hold of him.
I was like, wow. So everyone in Florida knows that is just you don't go in puddles of water. You don't go in it. You don't go in it. You don't go in it.
No,
Mm.
no, you don't. And the Gators are like little puppies. They'll swim up to you while you're in the park and ask you for food, like and open their mouths. They're very bold. They don't care. They have a high
Wait.
level of
Hold on. So the
I don't give a
gators are like
fuckness.
pigeons? Hold on. The gators in Florida are like pigeons
Yes,
in New York?
yes, they will swim up on the side of the water and open their mouth. People throw food to them. They have signs that says "Don't feed the gators," and people still feed them like dummies.
Oh, wow. Well, you know what? I've seen one too many videos online of people who have gators as pets for a little while, but then it never turns out right. It never turns out quite right. It never turns out quite right.
Something wrong with them. I don't know what's wrong with them. But honey,
So,
Florida. I'm from Alabama. Florida is a whole nother. I don't know. It's a mixture of everybody from all over the world, and you
mm,
got all types of politics going on here. Um, it's supposed to be a majority Democrat area here in Tampa Bay, but really, the Democrats don't turn out the vote, so the Republican votes just kind of have their way with what they want to do here,
you in
and
the
it kind of
Bay,
makes it.
girl?
Yeah, I'm in Tampa.
Did you go to the strawberry festival they had the week before last?
I missed it. I had to work. I wanted to go so bad, but I missed it this year.
Oh, I heard they have strawberry everything. Strawberry jam,
Oh
chocolate covered
man.
strawberry, strawberry this, strawberry that. I can only think of two things. What else besides strawberry jam and chocolate covered strawberries they have there?
So my favorite thing I like to do at the Strawberry Festival is to go and make myself a strawberry shortcake. So
Ooh,
you
that
can
sounds
go, you go
refreshing.
through like a little line, and like it's
Mm-hmm.
like a little. They give you a cake, and then you put all your strawberry fillings in it, and your whipped cream on top, and you get a ticket and you go through the line and make yourself a strawberry shortcake. And I get that, and then I always look for like the food, different fair food to eat there. So I look for the gator bites, the fried gator bites. I see who's got that first. I want my fried gator.
Wait a damn minute. Hold on. I need to understand this. So the gators are eating people, and the people are eating gators right back. What the F is going on in Florida? Hold on. I'm sorry. Are you being for real right now? You eat alligator?
Yes.
You didn't become Floridian. Girl, what's wrong with you?
I ate gator before I moved here from I was in New Orleans for 3 years, so I ate it there. So
hold the heck up. They eat gators in other places. So when you went there, you were like, oh, free food is just walking around.
It was more gators there than it was in New Orleans. So yeah, more gators here. Gators everywhere here. So I ate gator for the first time in New Orleans, but when I came here, I saw that they had it here as well. So when I go to the Strawberry Festival, I look to see who got the fried gator.
What the devil? What does gator taste like? Don't say chicken. You have to describe it some other way.
It don't. It tastes like pork chop. Fried pork chop.
God have mercy. So it's tough and dry.
Nah, depending on who fries it. If they season it right and it's, cooked right, then it'll be juicy. But if they don't season it right, and it depends on what part of the gator, it can be kind of tough.
But what is a gator eating? Well, I mean, it lives in a swamp.
It eats fish, turtles. It eats you shit.
I guess so. So nonetheless, Keita, so you called in. What did you call in to talk about?
Oh, nothing. I was just calling in to say hello to you. I've been watching you for a long, long time, ma'am. And the topics that you bring up and the stuff that you talk about, the way you talk about it is what we're all thinking, but you are brave enough to say it. And you are a well-spoken voice for women of color out here, especially Black women, because that last episode you did where you had the Brazilians on there, and he was like, she was in danger, and he was like, in danger of what? I was on the floor.
Wait, which video was that? Wait.
The one where you had the Brazilians there, and they were talking about the passport bros going to Brazil, and the guy was like, she is in danger, and you were like, in danger of what? Because you can pick up on the colorist stuff that he was kind of saying, but you were calling them out on it. Like, I applaud you for that. You did a great job on that interview.
Thank you.
I brought to light a lot of stuff that's going on in Brazil, because I have a cousin who's a passport bro who's dating a Brazilian woman. They're engaged right now.
Oh, Lord, poor thing. Are you on my other page to see what they want for these women?
I haven't seen it.
You got to go to the other page. Oh, my goodness. I promote it every show. youtube.com/@Tonya clips. You got to watch the other page because there's so many good videos over there. So let me show you all the other page. So this right here, this is the other page that I have. This was a video that I put up earlier today. So go watch that video. It's a profound video. It only has like a few thousand views. But once you all hear about it, you'll go over and watch. But this is the page right here, right? And so on this page, there's a bunch of short clips. So these are the clips. So real high value man reveals how he knows a man can't be trusted. Real life hospice couple, don't let this be you. Then we got being fat is not your fault, the 15-minute tummy tuck. We got swing low, sweet ball rip that she did not think was the best use of my vocal talents. But this is the one I want you all to see right here. The Passport Bro Live.
Starting off with the iconic brow freeze. I love how easy this is to use. You literally just take a...
Listen, they're not getting free advertisement on my channel. Let's not do all of that. So here. So this is the video I want you all to see. This is this woman right here. So they're in an argument because she wants to work and he won't let her work. She's a stay-at-home mom and he's arguing with her that all she does is play on her phone all day. He doesn't think that she's really doing anything. And then we're going to show you what it is that she does in a day. So he doesn't want her to work. He won't give her money for what it is that she wants. This is the life that they have in mind for you.
Where did money come from?
Well, you won't now.
So she's playing an argument from
So I
him,
can
and
work, cook and clean, and I
she's
get no salary.
crying
I can
because she's trapped in this damn house all day. And you have to see what it is that she's doing in a day because it's a lot. Now she got 2 cafe au lait kids, and she can't. Well, listen, listen. The hospice hubby one is one you need to see. You need to see this one, and there's a lot of profound videos on that page. So on that page, there are videos from psychologists. So let me show you some of the other videos, right? So
But Tonya, listen,
What, babe?
So I have an uncle. Rest in peace, my uncle Roderick. I'm not gonna
Hold on. Before we go into Roderick, I want you all to just see the videos that I need you all to see on this page, okay?
Yes.
So here, men are incapable of love. Let's see. There's some other ones. This one, the Passport Bro success story. This one, broke lonely men, the most violent. This one right here was heartbreaking. The vegan woman who was looking all young, and then she had her husband was an albatross. And this one, men should not lead. This was by a neuropsychologist. And then single white man seeks straight husband. This one is a good one too. Men are homosocial. Ass eater is also a good one. There's a lot of good ones on that page. You just have to go over and see. This last one with the hospice care couple, that one caused a lot of controversy on my Facebook page. People are thinking they're dragging me, but they're really only revealing themselves. But nonetheless, my girl, go ahead. What's going on with Roderick?
Okay, so all right, so my uncle was he served overseas, and he met a woman in in South Korea. He ended up marrying her and bringing her back to the United States. But in the process of getting to marry her, I never met her because she left before I got to even meet her. She left him after they had children.
Wow.
But after she came to the United States, of course, she left. But his whole village degraded him in the process of him getting permission to bring her back to the United States. He had to bathe naked in front of her whole village to prove that he didn't have a tail. So they used to call him a monkey. Like her family was totally disrespectful to him. But yet and still, knowing how the family and village felt, I don't know why he did this, he still married her and brought her to the United States. They had 3 children together. And shortly after she had the 3rd child with them, she left. She picked up and left. And he hadn't talked to her or seen her since she left. Now, my aunt says that he's seen her a couple times but didn't want to tell anybody because he didn't want to get the kids stirred up with these children. My 3 cousins, they basically grew up without a mom. They grew up without a mother.
I'm sorry. I started having flashbacks. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. That was rude. I'm sorry.
No,
go ahead.
No, it's okay. So basically, they grew up without a mother. And basically, she wanted to get her papers. So as soon as she got her papers, she left him with 3 children. So she did all of that. So when this passport bro stuff started happening, I started thinking about my Uncle Roderick. And my cousin already knows how this is going to go. So I'm like, it's not going to be any different. I don't care if it's a different country. A lot of these women are just in it for the papers. They don't care. They'll do whatever it takes to get out of that country to come here to have an opportunity to do something else. So a lot of these men are just going to get played. They're going to get played to the left so hard. And
I know that's your uncle and everything, but this is the life they want. That's the life they want.
I don't, just for some temporary sweet nothings in their ear. As soon as they get them papers, they're going to skate on their ass. And with child support.
Let me see if I
They're
can
going to take
find
them to
my
the very child
violin.
support
Hold
court that
on,
they
hold
complain
on.
about.
Let me see if I can find my violin. Hold on. Keep talking now. I got you.
Oh, my goodness. Do you
Go
know a
ahead.
passport, bro? Call today.
Finish telling us the story. Finish.
Oh, that was the end of it.
Oh, that's the end of the story.
Yeah, that was the end. Basically, after she had the third baby, and she'd been in the United States long enough, she left him after she got her paper. So that is the future that is before you, passport bros. You will be a womanless, used simp. You'll be the very thing you're accusing men who are good men of being. You'll be used and abused. And then who will you blame? You're going to blame us? No, sir. We didn't do it.
Well, that's the life they want. I don't have nothing for them. I want this for them. I want this for them. I want this for them. Why don't you want them to go towards their destiny?
Oh, they can go ahead. I mean,
I
that's what they
understand
want to
these are
do.
your family members and you probably love them, but this is what they want. You think, how old is your Uncle Roderick?
Well, he's passed away now, but he would be in his late 60s.
How long ago did he pass away?
He passed away about 4 years ago. So,
my
yeah.
Goodness. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, he passed away. He had a heart attack. His children were about grown. My cousins were grown. Roderick and Rodney, they were grown. So they're grown. They're adults now.
Man.
But their mom left.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something, right? And I want you to hear me, right? These men are not thinking about you and the barbecues and the awkward family gatherings. They're not thinking about how he's not going to mesh well into their family and how she's not going to mesh well into yours and how there's this divide and how, she had children with a man who her family thinks was a monkey and he had to show his naked ass, among other things, for them to feel that he was not a monkey. He was a grown man at this time. This was the choice that he made. He knew what the risks were because they have all of these imaginations about Black women using them for their non-existent money and all this other stuff. But it's hard for them to imagine that some of these women just want a passport or some citizenship or whatnot. Look, this is the life that they want, and your cousin is going down the same route. So, it's a little one part ego, one part stupidity. What can we do? What can we do?
We can't save them.
They don't want to be saved.
No, ma'am.
They don't want to be saved. Well, you know what? We have limited time today, so let me jump off and let the next person call in. But it was great talking to you. Thank you for calling in.
Absolutely. I enjoyed it. You have a good day and keep doing what you do.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. So look, the phone lines are open, 323-488-3149. The WhatsApp is also scrub them corns, boy. Get me my money. That was from the video that I did on Caesar. There are so many updates on him. Oh my God. I don't even know where to begin with the updates on him. I don't even know where to begin because You know the Uncle Dusty did not Ooh, why are you talking about her uncle like that? Let's be kind, Durr. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling from?
Oh, hey, Tonya, this is David from Texas.
Yes, hi, David from Texas. You all right today, bro?
Yes, I just a little tired. It was a long day at work. But I
Okay.
saw you had an open phone line. Now it's like watching your show and talking to you because you have a lot of positive messages. I know it's geared towards women, but you can apply some of those self-love lessons universally as a human being.
That is so true. Well, David, so you're on the air live. Where are you calling in from?
Oh, Texas,
Oh,
Pearland.
Texas. Okay. All right. Well, David from
hmm
Texas, talk to us.
Um, I admire your show because sometimes listening to other perspectives, you you kind of expose yourself to ideas that you may not originally would have thought of yourself. So I think that's kind of one of the benefits to the internet is of course, you don't want things to be an echo chamber and just
Mm-hmm.
to hear one part of messages. You want to get different perspectives. So
Mm.
I admire that about your channel because
Oh, yes.
for a little bit I thought about being a passport bro, but when I heard your message, I said, you know what, this really does make a lot of sense.
Well, listen, hold on now. Hold on. I support people finding love where they find it. Speaking of which, we're
Mhm.
looking for eligible marriage-minded men for Monday's show. Are you
Mhm.
eligible and marriage-minded and you want to come on camera and talk to the matchmaker?
Well, I don't think for your population I'd be a good match.
Why is that?
Well, um, I'm attracted to other men. hmm
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
the matchmaker does work with men, but for the Love TKO
hmm
show, I am looking for men who want women. So, wait,
Oh yeah,
Orga says I'm
I don't
muting.
believe in deception. It's not
No,
good
I
to
feel
deceive
you. I feel
people.
no, nobody
Mm-mm,
wants you to be
mm-mm,
deceptive, David.
mm-mm,
Nobody wants you to be
mm-mm.
deceptive. So you thought about being a passport bro. Well, why are you having trouble finding a man here in the States?
Well, I think in general men are just they really don't have a moral compass. They just don't look. They don't say, well, the first thing about a person I want to be with that person because they have a good heart, and that's whether it's a woman or a man. And then of course they're superficial, which everybody is to a certain degree, but you can't let everything be the majority based on what somebody looks like.
Mm.
So for a while I was like, well, maybe if I go to another foreign country, I can find an eligible husband. But they're like, no, if I can't find someone here. And then when you started talking about getting poisoned by rat poison and all that, like, yeah,
Oh
I probably don't
no!
want to do that.
Listen, no, listen, no. Listen, you cannot take everything that I say as gospel. When I was talking about that Drano foam, that Drano foam
hmm
cappuccino, when I was talking about that, I was making a joke. I was making a
But
joke.
I think, so, you watch those ID channels and people be doing all types of things. So it's not that far fetched. But I started thinking too, because for a while, and I had to reassess myself, and I would like, well, of course, ideally you would want to marry someone for love, and y'all would be equally yoked. But then after a while, like, well, I may not be able to find love, but maybe I can find companionship. But then after a while, like, well, is companionship really worth putting your life or yourself in danger, knowing that whoever's with you just, as an exchange, you providing the monetary resources and they're
I
giving
see
you
I need another
companionship.
disclaimer for the show. I
Hmm.
see I need another one because Is hold here.
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed by guests and callers are those of the individual guest or caller and do not necessarily represent the views and opinions of Tonya TKO, the Tonya TKO show and or its affiliates. For more information, visit tonyatko.com.
Okay, so you
Mhm.
cannot take everything that I say on this show to heart because sometimes I'm
Mhm.
joking. When I was talking about the Drano foam cappuccinos, I was joking. I really was. You don't know where your partner might be. Your partner might be in
Mhm.
another country. Your partner might be here. Your partner might be at a softball game or a dance recital or whatnot. Contact Chi behind the scenes because she works with gay men as well, and they're also gay matchmakers. So
Mhm.
don't leave it up to chance. Every moment that you spend single after you've already done the work and you prepared yourself and you're ready is one less moment that you get to spend with your forever person, you know?
And see, I'm still trying to do the work, but I don't know what work I need to do. And so I've gone to therapy before and to a psychiatrist, but it really hasn't given me the results that I'm looking for. So I'm like, well, I know I'm a damaged individual. So I know you
Mm.
have to heal yourself, or it's ideal to be healed before you enter into a relationship. And sometimes being unhealed and having past trauma, it draws to you, negative situations. So, but I would like to be healed. I just don't know how to start that journey and where to begin it, or with who and what
Okay, well,
resources.
listen. How many times have you tried therapy with how many different therapists?
3.
3. How long did you stay in these sessions or in the therapy?
The longest one was probably like a year and a half.
And why do you feel that you didn't get to where it is that you wanted to be?
Well, all she did was give me medication, and the medication would make me really sleepy, and it made me gain a substantial amount of weight. So after she retired, I stopped taking it.
So you have diagnoses then,
Yes.
for which the therapist said you need medication, but you took the medication that she gave you or she prescribed for you. So who prescribed the medication to you?
Oh, the psychiatrist.
And who was doing your talk therapy? Was the psychiatrist also doing your talk therapy?
And see, that's the part that I didn't like because when I would go through my sessions, she would, kind of ask the same questions. Oh, how are you doing? How you been? And then, I would tell her things that are stressing me out. And then she would listen, but it wasn't really any constructive feedback. And she would tell, and I guess it's kind of like on a scale because I don't know if she was just saying it because she really believed or just a generic answer. But she's like, "Oh, what are you doing? Well, you're working and you have your own home and you can take care of yourself, so you shouldn't be so hard on yourself." And so I'm like, well, she has a point on one hand, but where I see myself and the things that the underlying issues, that's not really resolving anything with that type of feedback. So,
Well, you know what? I'll say this, right? And I'll open up to everyone,
mm,
right?
mm,
Part of what made today so special is because for the first time in 3 years, I've been able to get into therapy, right?
oh,
Yeah,
that's
because during the
blessing.
pandemic, I could not find a therapist because I like to get evaluated every January,
Mm-hmm,
and I wasn't able to get in to see a therapist. So today, for the first time in years, I was able to see a therapist, and we talked for an hour, and I was able to discover some of the things that were the impetus for some of my overwhelm because I've been feeling a sense of overwhelm behind the scenes, right? As well
mm-hmm,
as grief.
mm-hmm,
I've been mourning some losses that we sustained during the pandemic. And so I know from being an advocate of therapy that you really have to find a person who is a good fit for you. And you got to be a good fit for your therapist as well. So you two have to be a good fit and on the same team, right? So Team
Mm-hmm.
David. And so I suggest really not spending a lot of time in sessions with therapists who are not a good fit. Find a person who kind of moves the way you like them to move. What is it that you need from your therapist? What do you feel you need from your therapist?
And see, that's kind of like the which came first, the egg or the chicken type of question. Um, because I have a general understanding of what my issues are, which is makes it a little bit crazier. You know how they say the definition of insanity is you keep repeating the same thing over and over with the same results.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm a self-aware individual, and but it's just like how does somebody give you confidence, or how does somebody instill an emotion in you? And that's the thing that I question too. Is like, well, I kind of generally know what the issues are and what the resolution is, but how would a therapist be able to say? I'll just give you an example. Like, let's say I was terrified of the dark. As an adult, I know, well, David, there's nothing in the dark that can hurt you. It's just in your mind. So
Mm-hmm.
I know the resolution and also the underlying fear. But how does a therapist make you not be afraid of the dark? And so in my particular situation, that's kind of when you say, well, what do I need from a therapist? It's like, let's they can somehow magically um, instill the feelings that I need to feel, like maybe not being
Well,
generally
you
fearful
can
about things.
also work with a hypnotherapist and a therapist in conjunction, because the hypnotherapist can
Mm-hmm.
get in there and rewrite some of that subconscious programming. The therapist helps you unpack the past and the things that may be having an effect on you. And also, I'm going to tell you this: getting your medication right is part of your journey, because certain medications are for life. That's just is the way that it is. If your body doesn't produce a certain chemical, or you need, a certain chemical supplemented, certain medications are for life, and that is okay until you can get a handle on your medication. And please let me give a disclaimer right here. Nothing on this program should supplement or take the place of qualified
Mm-hmm.
mental health care. Okay? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a clinical therapist. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist, right? And so I am qualified to
Mm-hmm.
be able to go in and rewrite your subconscious programming. I'm not qualified to give you advice on your medication, but from what it is that I do know from having friends
Mm-hmm.
and associates who have different diagnoses, sometimes it takes years working with different medications, but you have to be honest with your doctor about how those medications are making you feel. If they're making you feel tired and they're not doing what they're supposed to do, then you have to try something different. An associate of mine, he has, I don't want to talk about his diagnosis, but he ended up getting using a medication for, it was either ADHD, or what do you call that when you do things systematically and you have to do them in an order, and people make
Oh,
jokes
border
about, uh,
obsessive compulsive disorder,
yes,
OCD.
OCD. Right, 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 right. So he doesn't have OCD or ADHD, but the medication was able to treat his other issues. I am not telling you that those medications will treat any other issues. All I'm saying is that in his journey, that is what he did,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you have to work with your pharmacologist, the person who prescribes your what is the you have to work with the pharmacologist, the person who prescribes the medication. You have to work with them to find the right dose, the right mix, the right amount to be able to help you feel how it is that you know that you can feel. Like my associate, who ended up taking the completely unrelated medication because he had tried the issues that he had needed Prozac and that form of medication. but the Prozacs and the Xanax and those types of medications did not help him. What did help him was a medication in a different class. So all I'm saying is, and I'm not giving medical advice, all I'm saying is work with your doctor to find the right combination of medications for you. Do not give up on therapy. Continue to go. I also have a friend or an associate, depending on how you look at it, who suffers from lack of confidence, anxiety, depression, those types of things, right? And so my friend is an incel, right? My friend is an involuntary celibate. He does not know how to talk to women. He was in a relationship with a woman that ended up taking a lot of money from him, right? And was with another man. And there was and then it turned into a violent situation between him and the man. And it was just a lot, right? And he also, because I tell everybody I'm a big proponent of therapy, and so he went to therapy for a little while, but he wanted the doctor to instill confidence in him, and he refused to talk about the traumas of his past. He refused to talk about, the parental stuff and the things that happened when he was a little boy. And he refused to talk. He was like, what does that have to do with confidence? He's like, I don't need help with that. I need help with getting a girl. This is what he was saying, right? And so he ended up leaving therapy. And I'm like, no, you need to talk about these things. Talk about what's going on from the past, because you don't know what might be related. I had my first session today, and we talked about some of the grief. The overwhelm that I was feeling was a combination of grief and some other things from the pandemic. And so it's like sometimes there are things that are related that you don't realize are related because you're not putting two and two together. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes, for sure.
So you just have to find a therapist who's going to ask the right questions. Okay, David?
I appreciate it. And congratulations on being able to see a therapist. I know that's going to be really helpful for you. So that's good.
Yeah, and you know what? The therapist that I'm with right now is not a 100% perfect match, right? However, I really had needed therapy. I found some help in our sessions today. And in a few weeks, I'm probably going to continue the search, and I'm going to continue to maintain the psychological support that I have while I continue to search for a person who may be more congruous with what it is that I feel that I need, right? Because you definitely, you do not want a therapist who is too friendly. Like people get on me about my phone calls sometimes, right? But I'm a professionally trained life coach, right? I cannot begin to cry when a person I'm coaching begins to cry. I cannot. You know what I mean? If you're talking with a person who is there to help you, and they start getting caught up in your story, and they're like, what happened next? And and then and then you start crying and they start crying too. That's not going to work. You need a therapist who is going to be able to be detached enough to help you. You know what I mean? So you have to know what it is that you need in a therapist. And I already know if I go in and the therapist is sorry, I feel like my face is shiny, and the therapist is enthralled by my storytelling, and the therapist, I know that that's not going to be a relationship in which I'm going to be able to grow in the ways that I need to grow. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you want them to listen objectively and not be caught up by the delivery.
Exactly. Like I don't want to charm my therapist. I don't want to, and I'm not saying that is what's going on now. I'm just saying that I have an idea of what it is that I need in a therapist or a coach. Because by the time you and your therapist or coach or whomever become friends, the relationship is tainted. This is why I cannot perform hypnotherapy on my friends,
What from your experience and you being a hypnotherapist, how many sessions does it take for a person to make progress?
So each person is different and each person is in a different state of awareness. Each person has a different approach to really opening up. Each person has different layers of trauma or situations, right? And so,
Mm-hmm.
some people can come in and it's one session. Some people come in, it's a few sessions. Some people, it's a year's worth of sessions because you're continuously peeling back different layers like an artichoke or like a Brussels sprout or a cabbage or an onion or however it is that you would like to, visualize it. There's no set amount of time really. So like when I show up in my sessions, in the same way that you all see that I'm honest with you all, when I show up in my sessions, I don't hold anything back. I'm telling everything because I don't know what may be the thing that will help me. So I need a therapist who's going to be a good listener, who is going to be able to ask the right questions and be able to ask the right follow-up questions to challenge me to be able to figure out what is going on. And the therapist that I spoke with today is actually really, really good because she asked me some questions that made me realize that these feelings of overwhelm I was not feeling before the pandemic. And so when did I begin to feel those feelings of overwhelm? And those feelings started in the pandemic after something had happened. And so when I was able to
Mm-hmm.
go back to that moment, I realized that that is what was going on. That was part of what was bringing on this feeling of overwhelm. And with the and I I told you all about some of this recently because
Mm-hmm.
there were people who died during the pandemic, and there's a part of me that's been feeling like I'm not giving back enough. And so this is part of what has pushed me towards wanting to help children. And I told you all about the girls that I saw on the side of the highway that were selling those sticky little candies. And so I'm in a stage of my life right now where I have to give back. I have to give back.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is why, like listening to elders like Kitten Heels and some of these other people who are out
Mm-hmm.
here who's supposed to be leading the damn way and they're freaking
Mm-hmm.
burning the ground behind them. It's startling. It's startling,
Yeah.
It's startling because now that I am crossing over into being an elder myself, a matriarch of the community, I realize how important it is
Mm-hmm.
to take all of this wisdom and really give it back into the youth to be able to help people to create change because I don't want
Mm-hmm.
people to go through the same stuff that I went through. I don't know if any of this I feel like I've gone off on a tangent. I feel like I've gone off on a
No,
tangent.
and you know what? And truth be told, I randomly discovered your channel, but I think and you tell me if you don't think this is appropriate, but you know how you don't think technology always changes. So my nieces are fairly young, so hopefully YouTube will be here in 10, 15 years. But I would like, you know what? You may want to start an archive for yourself just in case YouTube crashes and burns. But I do plan to try to save like the really those videos where that deep, simple message that you provide to women, and I want that to be able to show that to my nieces because I have 5 nieces, and of course they're through my brothers, and I love my brothers, but I think they still have that male point of view, and it's good for for other women to look at an elder like yourself that's providing wisdom, like you said, that experience things. So and when I think of myself, of course, I'm not a woman. I was like, who would I want my nieces to learn something that's wise and that makes a difference and that makes sense and is rooted in morality and wisdom. And I think of you, and so I would want them to listen to the messages that you have out here when they get older.
You know what?
So,
That is a really good point of view because I do not have my YouTube videos archived and I
mhm.
need to. I
Oh
need
yes,
to.
like when I started watching your videos, I would go back from like different timelines. I'm like, wow, your message has always been positive, rooted in wisdom, and I like that you have a no nonsense approach. Because like you said, you can't
Yeah.
always deliver the message with kid gloves. Sometimes you have to slap people upside the head and say, you know what you're saying is full of shit, which is good. But
Yeah.
I appreciate all your work, Tonya. You're doing amazing work. And of course, I'm happy that you're inspiring women, but a lot of your messages are universal, regardless of gender. So thank you for your
Well,
wisdom and your
thank you so
strength.
much for calling in, David. Thank you.
All right. Well, have a great evening.
You too. Bye-bye. All right. Do we have enough time for one more phone call? We do not. So I'm going to have to turn off the phone lines. Okay. All right. So let me check the apples. And yeah, so somebody says that she had a therapist break down. I'll check the apple. I only got one apple in. So if you want to send them in, you can go ahead and send them in now. If you want to have your message read on the screen, send those apples and I'll read that in just a moment. I read somebody's comment that said she had a therapist break down in tears and she never went back. And so she felt that what I said was confirmation for her not feeling guilty for not going back. And absolutely, and the therapist is human. Who knows what she was going through, right? But that's not your issue. And so when people see me talking to people and I am I am detached from their emotion and what it is that they're speaking as their truth, right? It is me staying firmly grounded and rooted in knowing that there is a higher intelligence to them and this entire life, right? Like I remember I was talking to the young lady who got that gunshot abortion. You all remember the young lady? And people were like, "Oh, Tanya, you were so mean to her," and this, that, and the other. And sometimes people perceive professionalism as mean. And I also have to remember that I am a Black woman. And there are many Black women who have the same anti Black sentiment as some other people, and they don't know that they have it. So they perceive me as being more aggressive. Like you heard one young lady call in and say that she could tell I'm aggressive and I conferred with her because I don't do my aggression passively. If I'm going to be aggressive, I'm going to be aggressive, right? I'm not going to be passive aggressive. You're not going to get some sly words and some shade and pettiness. You're not going to get that over here. You're going to get raw, unadulterated, unfiltered truth, right? You're not going to get the fluff, and I'm not blowing smoke up anyone's bunghole, right? So there's a lot of people who will perceive me a certain way. I'm from New York. And so people often find people from New York to be a little bit more abrasive than other people. I'm Caribbean, and so I'm Caribbean American, and so people often perceive Caribbean people as a little bit more abrasive. So I'm Caribbean American New Yorker, and so that's like the trifecta. That's the trifecta of what certain people consider to be rude. You know what I mean? And you have to remember everybody is at a different stage of their journey, right? Everybody's at a different stage of their journey. Oh, Capricorn Queen is talking about her whatchamacallits, her zodiac stuff. Okay, so we got another apple that has come in, so I'll check that in. Why is it not lined up? Hold on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I'll check those in just a moment. So we got 2 apples in. And so I'm just going to give you all a few more moments, and it looks like it's almost about time for me to get off of here. So I might as well just go ahead and read these now. If you send them afterwards, I'll just get them after I'm off air. Linda Linda sent $5 for the violin and the knockout with the healed heart or the patched up heart. And David sends $5 and says, "You are a legend in your own time, Tanya." Ah, that is so sweet. You all remember Coffee's song Legend? Man, that song is so beautiful. If you have not heard it, you know what? I wonder if I could play a little bit of it now. I don't know if I'm going to get tagged by YouTube because, YouTube, they be tagging us. They be tagging us. They be tagging us. Where's my ting there? Nati pum de. All right, here. Let me see if I can play a little bit of this. The singer's name is Coffee, and the song is Legend. Right. And it's so iconic. It's so iconic. Let me see if I can play a little bit of this for you here.
To the world we are take it. We little but we tell our we might not be picture perfect, but to help we get ready for the camera. From the dark comes the light. Lightning bolt never less than strike.
Man, the song is so powerful. It's so powerful. It's so powerful. It's so powerful. You can check it out. She's playing a cappella. I don't want my video to get tagged, but it's just so beautiful.
Heights by great men reached and kept. Someone know you never sleep in a night. In bed.
Man, I love this song so much. When I was living in my trailer, I used to play this song back to back to back to back. I used to play it back to back, unapologetically. It's such a beautiful song. And it is time for me to get off of here.
When you got that, when I said the stadium, stand up when you run.
Hey.
And when the times get quicker and it starts unfold, you said the sky is no limit, go beyond that, someone know you're a legend. You're a legend.
Oh, I can't hit them riffs. I can't. Oh, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Just go check it out for yourself. Go check it out for yourself. Go check it out. Go check it out. All right. So listen, I will talk with you all in the next video. Type your self-love lessons below. I appreciate all of you for participating in the conversation. Thank you for holding thank you. I can't say that you hold a safe space publicly because we are public, you know. However, I appreciate you all for showing up, and not everybody here considers themselves a lover of Tonya TKO, and that's all right. Soon come, soon come, soon come. Go check that song out. It's Legend by Coffee, and she dedicated that song to Usain Bolt. I don't know if his name is Usain or Usain, but yeah, she dedicated the song to Usain Bolt, and it's a beautiful song. Lyrica sends $5 and says, "Would you date out?" Girl, listen, I don't have no loyalty. I have no to anybody else but myself. I am loyal to myself. I'm not gonna sit around in suffering because other people want to see me suffer. That's not a part of the plan. So I did a whole show talking to the matchmaker. So go check out that whole show. Listen, it's time for me to jump off of here now. It's time for me to jump into my next session, and I'm gonna go listen to some Legend after that. I don't know if I'm gonna broadcast tomorrow. This is a busy weekend for me, but I will see you all when we do the next video. I appreciate you all. Type your self-love lessons below. My self-love lesson for today's video is having the bravery to be open enough to discuss the real life things that you're going through, because you really don't know who may be helped by it. Because, you know, a lot of people will try to use the things that you do and say to besmirch you. Oh, Tonya, that's why you're single. Look at what you're looking for in a man. Look at your standards. Look at this, look at that, right? Oh, Tonya, you're in therapy. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. Ah, ha, 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 right? And the only thing that I can do is have empathy for them on their particular journey, because they see a person being vulnerable, being open, and being transparent. And instead of using that as fodder for them to look inward and create change inward, they rather lash out and try to attack another person. And I know from personal experience that when the people who attack other people are doing it because they want to create some sort of separation between them and that person, so that you could try to differentiate. And oftentimes the differentiation that you're attempting to create is because you are very similar like that person, or came from that, or came from there where that person was, and you don't want to be confused, or you don't want to slide back. Like when people get a new religion or a new job or a new way of eating, and they have to hammer you over the head with it, like people who are doing MLM, and you can't get a moment's rest, and it's because that is their new. And they don't want to identify with anything before that. You know what I'm saying? But no, so anyway, so that's my self-love lesson for today, because I wasn't going to talk about, you know, the therapy that I started today, that I have been honest with you all about having needed for quite some time now. I'm just really happy to be in a space where I'm able to move forward and really just reclaim the parts of my life that have kind of fallen through my hands like the sands of time. Those were the days of our lives. I'll see you all in the next video. And I'm never ashamed to heal myself. However, I do feel apprehensive about giving ammunition to the haters, but I realize that that's their issue. That's their issue. But nonetheless, listen, it's a journey. I'll see you all in the next video. I gotta go.